What does it feel like to roll dice faster than a hummingbird's wing? I wouldn't know, since hummingbirds don't have hands to roll dice. But we do, and we're putting them to use in the new incremental dice game, Incredicer. Welcome to my Worth Your Time series, where I break down whether in this attention-hungry economy, if games are worth your time in addition to being just worth your money. The recently released Incredicer is an aptly named incremental dice game where you generate profits from rolling dice, then buy upgrades, roll better, rinse, and repeat. It's pretty simple. You start out with a single die that you hover over to roll. You get paid for whatever number it lands on, then you start buying upgrades. Just a few minutes into the game, you get access to the game's second and final currency, dark matter. It's essentially XP, but it works similarly to cash, generating with each roll. Its purpose is to split upgrades into two separate categories: the shop, where you spend your money, and the skill tree, where you spend your dark matter. If your plan is to progress quickly in the game and not just chill, like the idle tag implies, then you must find a way to balance your earning potential for both money and dark matter, not simply focusing on one or the other. The biggest difference is that it seems harder to grow your dark matter rate, probably because the upgrades with the most exponential potential in the game are locked behind dark matter skills. There are hundreds of skills to choose from, but most fall into a few categories, allowing you to buy more stuff, increasing your income per roll, triggering chain events, or granting a new dice or special ability. Out of all the upgrades available, I found that the special abilities were the most interesting. Without them, the other incremental aspects of the game were just too straightforward and didn't seem to add anything new more than just number go up. Like most games in this genre, new abilities are locked behind certain milestones, which usually take a large amount of XP, or in this case dark matter, to unlock. Unlocking a new dice unlocks its new ability, and there are 6 special dice in addition to the depressingly named just dice. For those interested in the idle aspect of the game, you do get the option to just sit back and relax. You can easily switch between idle mode and active mode using a button at the bottom of the screen. Of course, idle mode is much less effective than swirling your mouse around in circles for hours, but it may save you from the occasional hand cramp, so there's a clear trade-off there. A few upgrades increase the effectiveness of the idle hand, but it never reaches even half the earning potential of a player just zigzagging around with the mouse, which kind of sucks. I will say later in the game, the idle mode became much more useful since you can turn it on while you're browsing the hundreds of upgrade options in the skill tree and still be earning while you do it. The only downside was that I never found a way to turn idle mode on and off using a keyboard shortcut, which I saw as an unfortunate oversight. One of the reasons I play games like this and roguelikes where your earnings can just keep getting bigger and bigger, like Balatro for example, is finding a combination that really triggers an exponential explosion in your earnings and gets your heart racing as you watch it unfold. In this way, I felt like Incredicer was a bit of a letdown, as there are only a few abilities you can collect that really multiply your earnings, and they didn't seem super eventful when you unlock them. These include dice roll combos that multiply your earnings, as well as projectiles and zones that trigger other nearby dice without having to roll them yourself. Even with that complaint, if you're solely looking to Incredicer for a chill experience, unlike myself, who is apparently just a mad lad that can't chill, then that probably won't matter to you. The game took me roughly 4 hours to 100% completion. I'm sure it could have been completed faster with an optimized upgrade path, or even slower if you're just here for the vibes. I did find that the short time was pretty disappointing, once again considering that there were a few milestones in the game that really amazed me and made me feel truly upgraded. Also, the last 45 minutes were really a grind, trying to purchase every dice and upgrade in the game without discovering anything new. As a completionist, I did it, but it was not very enjoyable waiting for yet another meaningless upgrade. After completing Incredicer, I saw no reason for myself or anyone else to return to the game, as there's nothing new unlocked or any new sights to see. There really aren't branching paths or side things to accomplish. However, maybe if you're just chilling, rolling dice while working or watching a show, I can see how you can squeeze more out of the game. Another thing I didn't really enjoy was the limited action that you take in this game. Just moving your cursor around frantically got old for me quickly. I understand that's maybe just par for the genre, however, there aren't many options to spice up what you do besides making the area of your cursor larger. Like in other games, Incredicer can have a lot of screen clutter, which you can conveniently tone up or down to your liking in the settings. I usually enjoy seeing the chaos ramp up, but here it just wasn't impressive compared to a game like Cookie Clicker, which had interesting new earning mechanisms and theme changes as you progress. I suppose for the price, a measly $3, I shouldn't be asking for the world with Incredicer, as it is a good deal if you like idle games. Perhaps I was just looking for some more visual fun and impactful progression during my 4-hour stint. For that, I give Incredicer a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as a send-off, I'll leave you with a fun time-lapse look at my playthrough to see just how far I rolled. Till next time.